Government MPs returning to federal parliament have rallied behind Immigration Minister Scott Morrison as critics demand his sacking over last week's deadly Manus Island riots. The issue has stirred wider public concern, with thousands attending nighttime vigils to remember the Iranian man killed in the Manus violence. Our political reporter Tim Lester joins us now from Parliament House. Tim, is Scott Morrison in any danger of being dumped?
For now, virtually none, and the Prime Minister backed him last night in a way that you don't back a minister that you're about to sack. Says we don't want a wimp, for Immigration Minister Scott Morrison is doing a sterling job. And other government MPs have heaped still more praise on him this morning. But they would be worried about the extent to which the name Reza Barati, the 23-year-old Iranian who died from head injuries in the Manus riots a week ago, is now capturing public attention. Candlelight vigils across Australia last night gave us some sense of that. Organiser GetUp claims 8,000 attended the Sydney and Melbourne rallies alone, and perhaps another 7,000 in other centres. This just as the Minister concedes his early information after the riots was wrong. Most of the violence and probably the killing of Reza Barati happened inside the Manus detention facility. If asylum seekers aren't safe there, where can they be safe on foreign soil? All of this has stirred some very stark views on Minister Scott Morrison.
It's the hardest gig in the Parliament, and he's doing it magnificently, and we're all very proud of him.
I'd like to see Morrison step down. I'd like to see someone with a bit of compassion in there as well. These are human beings that we're dealing with.
He's doing the toughest, most challenging job in the most honourable way.
A young man came to our doorstep seeking our help, and we killed him.
Add to this the government of Cambodian strongman Hun Sen now admitting that Australia has asked it to take some asylum seekers, and this issue, all for the fact that the boats have slowed, or never mind the fact that the boats have slowed, has become a very difficult one for the government, Anne.
And Tim, one government MP has taken an unusual stance on drought relief.
Yes, Mark Coulton is the Nationals MP from New South Wales who has been making drought relief an issue for him, and took Tony Abbott on his now famous rain-making tour of Western farms a week ago. He says the mental health issue with farmers, while a problem, has actually been overplayed.
Every time we get a drought or a flood, there's a call for mental health, and there's great talk of suicide. People are under a lot of stress, but I've got to say, I believe it's been overstated. I believe there's a lot of urban myths going around. It doesn't mean that people aren't under a lot of stress, but they are all the time.
Cabinet meets late tomorrow, and we expect a decision or an announcement on the drought package probably on Wednesday.
All right, Tim, thank you very much.